What's up, gang? This is Yates, and I'm here with another Bitcoin video. Hopefully, the last few have been enough bearish to get you to at least look at this chart from a new perspective and say, hey, maybe we are going to go a bit lower. As you know, I've been talking about Bitcoin bearish since way over here, back when we were up at $100,000, but started to make public YouTube videos back over here again. Once again, when we were up here, and a lot of people were calling for the bottom to be in. And I sold all my Bitcoin once again on May 7th, and we're going lower right now. So I just wanted to give you my thoughts, what we're doing, what's going on, and where Bitcoin could be headed in the short and long term as well, and what history says could be happening. So right here we have a pretty steep drop, and basically, like, the easiest way I can look at this and have gone about this is saying, when we start going straight down on Bitcoin and then choppy up and then straight down and then choppy up and then straight down, it's a bear market. Like, don't get super excited. Like, once you don't look for price action like this to be bullish in the Bitcoin bull market. If you want price action that's bullish, you want to see price action like this. You want to see the vertical, super vertical times up and then the choppy down. We're not seeing that still, and we just got some more vertical down. So that was basically my whole thesis of why the bottom's probably not in here, and we're back into this range again. Now, I will say that we have now reached the 200 weekly, which is generally a spot that we start to the bottoming process. So I do think that we are closer to a bottom than a top. So that's kind of the first time I've been saying that. We are actually probably closer to the bottom of this market than we are to a top. And we are down at this present point. Let's see, we are down about 50% right now. So I guess statistically, that's a fairly broad statement. Like, of course, unless Bitcoin goes to zero, we're closer to a bottom, whatever. You guys get it. And here's what I'm looking at right now for this to happen in the short term. Just zooming in, looking at this, I do think we're in a C wave lower. Whether that is a larger C wave or just this small C wave, I don't know. But I'm looking at this as a 1, 2, we get a 3, 4, 5. So I think we have another, probably, like, drop it down into a new low, maybe a retest of the weekly 200 from below, and then one more drop into like the 55 to 48,000 level. And I think that should be kind of a short-term bottoming region. And maybe it's a long-term bottoming region. I don't know. But that should be a zone where we're starting to get some decent amount of support coming in. And it will be, if we go all the way down to here, that'll be about 20% below the weekly 200. And when we look at this, let's jump up to the weekly chart right here. We can see this. We do tend to go about 30% below that level. So in 2022 bear market, we went 30% below. Let me turn log on. In the 2020 drop, we went 29% below. I actually have to jump over to a different chart real quick. And in the 2014, we went on this wick 30% below. So each time we're actually breaking that level, we held it perfectly over here in this 2018 level. So could that happen? Well, sure, that absolutely could happen. We'll go over some reasons why I probably think it's not going to again. But that's what I'm looking at, is most of the time when we're breaking through it, on all these prior examples, we're getting about 30% down below that 200, and we don't remain there long. That's always been a historically good buying opportunity, is buying at the 200 and 30% below it. Like, this time we went 14% down, but we got one wick. Again, one wick. We got that capitulation wick right here. We got one wick, which is a week. So we stayed down there for a week on that time. The only time we've really hung out below here is in 2022, and we hung out there for a long time. We were below that level we were below the 200 for about 280 days. So it took a long time for that bottom to form after we got there. So we are at that level. We are technically, we held it. We did not close below it on the last week's candle. And right now we are breaking once again below that 200. Going to move this up just a bit to right there. So that is our new level. So if we look at this, there's a couple of things on this chart that I wanted to also point out. We've maybe talked about this before, but we do have this head and shoulders pattern kind of shaping up. Here's our neckline. Here's kind of the expected move of that, which would take us into that kind of 52, 55 region, back down into this support from over here. And we do have a pretty solid support level right at that $52,000 level. If we start breaking below that, things get a little bit dicey. Kind of next support down is down to like 46 and lower. Another thing I wanted to look at is kind of the Fibonacci levels of what these retests do and what they look like. And so if we go back into this 2014 level and we put this this fib level on after our giant retest, I mean, this thing did drop 80% right here. So we put our fib from that low into our 2013 high, and we see where we dropped into. And actually, let me take it off log. This doesn't work on log, just by the way. If you're doing this at home, you can't have that on. So here it is. Log is just such a better chart. I just like it a lot better. This chart's kind of a pain. All right, here we go. There it is. There, pulled it in. So we take it from that low to that high. And where do we come back down into? We come back down into the 0.88 level, below the 0.786 level. So that's kind of the key level. I think it's possible that we're around here. We're kind of going to be coming into that level. We're at the 0.68 right now, 0.618 level right now. And the 0.78 is historically we bottomed kind of in this area. So you can see this whole time we're finding a bottom in this level right here around the 0.78 to 0.88 level. Let's turn auto on and get over to that. Next one, here we go. Get it from the low all the way up to the high. And where did we retest into? To the 0.786 level. We didn't quite get down to the 0.88 level on this time. So we did get down to the 0.786 level, which is important and something to look at. We got it kind of that capitulation drop right here. So we kind of hung out, we chilled. Everyone thought the bottom was in right here. Nope, just kidding. We absolutely just tanked and found that new bottom here. And so in 2022, where do we get down to? Well, we came down again. We got that big drop right back down into the 0.786 level. And that's where we saw buyers come in pretty hard. Here's the FTX blow up on this candle here. We just rotated sideways, and that was it. That was the bottom. Right around that 0.78 level. And so all of these historical past markets have retested back down into that 0.786 level of the prior bull market, putting it from the bottom over here. We can actually move this to right here. So yeah, just right below that 786 level. So right now, if we put the fibs on from our low right here, this is the low at about 15,500. To our high, we can see that we are not even yet to the 618 level, and the 786 level lands right at that $40,000 point. That also lines up with the ETF low. So that would be IBIT dropping down below, making sure every single person who bought was feeling the pain, and we'd get that capitulation event down there where everyone just says, oh, that's it. I can't handle this anymore. I can't handle the pain. I don't want to be losing. And that's likely when we'd see some kind of bottom form. And that's where I'm looking to find a decent, to develop a decent position in Bitcoin once again. We also have the monthly 100 there. So we have three big areas of support, three reasons. And where is it also on the 200s for a fourth? It is just a little below. It's 34% or so down below the 200 week. So 30% below is about $3,000 or so. $42,000 is 30% below the 200 week, which is statistically kind of where we have been ending up. So if we go back over to this chart right here, you can see that's sort of what I've outlined here as these levels. So this starts right here, this green box. These aren't random. These are based off of all these things coming together. It starts at about 27% down below that level. We have the end of the bear market in the historical bottoming times between the 363 days and the 406 days are the two times when we've seen the bottoms happen on this Bitcoin chart. And so that would be September to November timeframe where we'd see, all right, perhaps this could be the bottom, which lines up fairly well with us doing essentially a repeat of the 2022 bear market, where we get this kind of complex WXYXZ pattern off the high from here. We have this WXYXZ pattern that takes us below this low by a bit. So that's what I'm looking at right now on Bitcoin. I don't want to get too into the weeds on this thing, but I think there's a lot of reasons to say we have a little bit lower to go at least. I am looking at these two areas as buy zones. So that's where I'm looking at. One of my buy signals has been firing, which is basically getting this low RSI signal. However, usually that works best in a bull market. Will you eventually be profitable on these signals as long as Bitcoin continues to do what it has done historically? Yes, we got those signals way back over here. We got the new low right here. Did it take you a whole long time if you just held through this buy to be profitable? Yeah, about 720 days to actually get profitable when you're buying kind of this 27 historical low zone. That works a lot better when you're in a bull market because you don't have to wait as long. So on these buys right here, when we got this giant sell-off, we got 26,000 back down in here, and our RSI went back down into the 20s. Then you only had to wait a few days to be really profitable, about 3 months or so, and you were really making a lot of money on that. So I am always a little more cautious in a bear market to use that 27 signal. I do still use it just for small accumulations, but I do think that this is playing out on a longer term basis, and that's what I'm going to look for on Bitcoin. So I wanted to keep you guys all updated. That's what I'm watching. A couple more squiggles lower, and then trying to just position trade and swing trade this one. And if we do get that eventual drop back down into 40, 38, 36 into there, that'll be on a long-term buy zone where I really do get a little bit more aggressive with Bitcoin, because I think the risk reward is going to be really good once again for the next bull market, especially if it's happening within this bear market time frame. Because remember, this thing topped right when it quote should have, and right when we talked about it. Here's my areas. Like, this is the topping zone right here. This is the cycle topping zone, and it topped right within that, just like it does every single time. So there it is. There's the top last time. When we put log on, it's so much easier to see. There's the topping zone, topping zone, topping zone, double top, and we just went right within it, the same exact time frame. So why would we not bottom pretty close this time? I like to say, whenever you hear this time is different, I think those are a bit dangerous words, and I like to say this time is probably going to be the same, and I don't see why this time is going to be any different. So I'm looking for us to come back down into this green box before getting long. And if we do get long around that 50 to 55 level, there's some nice upside up into this weekly 200 from below if we retest that and then get one final capitulation event that takes us down into this 40,000. That almost in its best case scenario, because that would load up such a good risk reward trade for those multiple for making multiples in the 3x and 4x and the 5x. I think we went 6x this last time, 7x, 700% here. So if we go only 500% from this low, that would be also a pretty awesome bull market to be in. Thanks, team, for hanging out with me. That's what I have for you. I'll see you all next time.